Hi guys. So today I wanted to talk about having no shame in being able to say no to people. And I don't feel like I struggle with that very often. Um I have struggled with it a little bit more recently just because of stuff that's been going on in my life right now, and I just it's it's definitely hard, and I know people have that problem with telling people no, because me, I'm a very empathetic person, so I always feel guilty by saying no. But I've noticed that I tend to say maybe, and actually maybe gets me into more trouble, because for some reason people take maybe as yes, and maybe it's either yes or no, but for some reason people just say, they just seem to think that maybe leans more towards yes. And then if it really is someone trying to say no, then people get more upset because they expected you to, do that thing, whatever they wanted you to do or wherever they wanted you to go. And so it just leaves people with very different expectations when you say maybe. So might as well just tell them no from the beginning, because then they're just mad about that, not you saying maybe and then it turning out to be something completely different. And you just got to set boundaries and put your foot down, and when you mean it, you say no, and not learning how to not feel guilty about not doing whatever they ask of you, or not going wherever they want you to go, or I have a huge problem with it. Well, I wouldn't say huge problem. I tend to get people who ask for an inch and then they expect a mile from you. And those are the same people that it's hard to say no to. So I don't know. I want you guys to not feel shameful or not feel shame when saying no. You shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel guilty. Especially if you're honest with people, like upfront about it. I think it's when you start lying and then you get caught in the lies, that's where everything shit hits the fan. If you're just upfront and honest right from the get-go, you shouldn't feel guilty about saying no. Especially if it's something like, first off, don't feel pressured. That's always been a huge deal to me, is not to feel peer pressured about anything. You shouldn't feel like you need to do something because you're obligated to do it, because you know that if you don't, you're going to feel bad about it, or they're going to get mad at you, or they're going to hate you for whatever reason. So don't do it. Don't feel like you can't, don't feel like you have to say yes, because, again, like, don't feel obligated to say it. Because then that gets you into more trouble. And then you're doing something and it's not out of wanting to or out of good faith. It's someone else making you do something you don't really want to do, and you never want to do that. You never want to feel pressured by anybody to do anything. So I don't know. My point is, you got to set boundaries with people, and nobody should ever make you feel guilty on saying no to anything. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. And even if it's a favor, don't feel like you have to do a favor. Like, it's okay. Obviously you want to do favors for people, but when it becomes like a habit, or you feel like they're using you, like, this is my opinion. whenever it's more of a take relationship and you don't really see much of them giving back, don't feel bad about saying no for once, when you always feel like you're that person always saying yes. You're a yes person, which is not always a bad thing, but there's always got to be give and take in any type of relationship. So my point for this video, or my point to get across to you guys, is to never feel shameful or shame at all for saying no. This video is a lot shorter than most of them. It's taken me a while to do one of these. My life's been really chaotic and crazy right now, so I apologize for not getting out more videos a lot sooner in between each one. But I don't know, I just came across a quote that talked about being able to say no to people, and people should be understanding. You know what? It's not easy hearing no, especially when it's something you really, really want or something that you need from somebody. But again, you should never, when I ask for a favor, I'm not going to sit there and get upset about someone saying no to me. And even if it's a small or big one, whatever, you just gotta understand, like, not everybody's gonna agree with everything that you want them to do for you, or, you know, maybe at that point in time they're not able to because of commitments in their life. But I don't usually have a problem with this, because I've learned how to, like, not just put boundaries, but like kind of stay away from people that ask very much of me. I'm only one person and I can only give so much, but it's been more of an issue lately just because I have a certain person that's been very persistent with me about stuff, and I've had to say no, and I feel guilty. And then, you know, especially if they're face to face, it's harder to say no than like through a text or like over the phone. So you just got to stand your ground, and you got to be consistent with it too. Like, you can't just be like maybe and like lean more towards yes and then all of a sudden no. Like, and you got to stick to it. You can't sit there and like be wishy-washy about it, because once they see that little bit of, oh, maybe I can persuade them, then they try to latch on to that. So I just want you guys to be strong enough to sit there and stand your ground, and if it's no, it's no, and they need to understand that. And if they're a friend or an understanding person, they will get that. So stick to your guns. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. So again, no shame in saying no. I'm hoping to get more videos out to you guys more frequently. Just hang on and bear with me. Take care, guys. Bye.